People are talking a lot about Meghan Markle right now. Some people say she used to go to very fancy parties on big boats called yachts. They say the royal palace has a big, thick folder full of secrets about her past. This is not just a little bit of gossip that will go away in a few days. It is a very big deal because it involves the royal family in England. Someone showed a secret file to the palace a long time ago. This file was all about Meghan Markle and what she did before she met Prince Harry. The royal family knew everything about her before she even became a duchess. Now, Meghan is trying to move forward with a lawsuit against Prince William. She is very upset because she thinks he is trying to take away her royal title. A writer named Tom Bower just told the world some very big secrets. Tom Bower is the kind of writer that powerful people are very afraid of. He does not just write stories to get likes or clicks on the internet. He is a very serious person who spends a long time digging for the truth. He has been going after powerful people for a long time. He finds things that other people are too scared to talk about. He makes sure he has real proof before he says anything. He does not guess about what happened. He waits and he listens to what people have to say. Then when he has all the facts, he writes them down in a book. This time he is writing about Meghan. He even called Meghan a 54-year-old grandma. That was a very mean thing to say, but he said even worse things than that. He talked about Meghan going to special parties with billionaires. These are people who have more money than almost anyone else in the world. He says she was looking for a royal husband, but it was not Prince Harry she wanted at first. He says she actually wanted to be with Prince William because he is going to be the king one day. He also says she did a lot of research on Prince Harry before they ever met. This makes her old story about never searching for him on the internet look like it might not be true. Meghan has spent many years trying to be in charge of her own story. For a long time, she was very good at making sure only nice things were said about her. If a bad story came out, her team would make a new, good story appear right away. If someone was mean to her, she would change the subject to something that made her look like a hero. That plan worked for a long time, but Tom Bower does not follow her rules. He does not care about her plan. He does not need her to tell him it is okay to write about her. He is not trying to be her friend. He is not worried about being invited to her house or her parties. He just finds people who know the truth and writes down what they say. He does not use any filters and he does not give her a warning. This is very scary for Meghan because she cannot use her charm to stop him. She cannot scare him into being quiet and she cannot pay him to go away. She cannot just tell a different story to make people forget what he said. For someone who likes to be in charge of everything, this is a very difficult place to be. Tom Bower has specific dates and names in his stories. He explains everything so well that it is hard for people to say he is just making it up. Even people who do not usually listen to rumors are starting to pay attention. It feels like he has done his homework. Meghan has survived a lot of hard times before. She has dealt with mean stories and trouble with the royal family. She has faced problems with the British newspapers and her old workers. Every time something bad happened, she found a way to make it look different or she just waited until people forgot. She is very tough, but this time is not like the others. The person writing about her now has his own group of people telling him secrets. He has a mountain of information that keeps getting bigger every single day. Right now, Meghan and her team are trying to figure out what to do next, but there might not be a way to stop this. One of the biggest claims is about the boat parties. Bower says that a long time ago, Meghan was going to secret parties on yachts. These were not just fun parties for friends. These were meetings for the richest and most powerful people in the whole world. People like billionaires and top bosses were there. Bower says Meghan had a big plan to move up in the world. She wanted to make sure the right people knew her name. She was trying to get more power. While it is not a crime to want to be successful, Bower says this was a very careful plan to climb to the top of society. Another writer named Kirby Summers has also been looking into this. She has been making a map of everyone Meghan knew and when she knew them. The information she found matches what Tom Bower is saying. When these stories hit the internet, everyone went crazy. Social media was full of people talking about it. Within a few hours, everyone was searching for the story. People were looking at old photos of Meghan on boats and trying to figure out where she was. Photos that used to look normal now look like they have secrets hidden in them. Everyone on the internet is acting like a detective. Once a story starts moving that fast online, you cannot stop it. This is very bad for Meghan because it goes against the image she worked so hard to create. For years, she told everyone she was a real person who just wanted to help people. She said she left the royal family because she wanted to be true to herself. She said she was a strong woman who stood up for what was right. But now, people are looking at her differently. They see an actress who might have planned everything just to get famous and rich. Once people start to doubt someone, everything that person says starts to look fake. People are even saying she might leave Prince Harry one day so she can become a billionaire on her own. They think she might even try to run for the government in California. Bauer's claims make people ask who Meghan really is deep down. If his story is true, then the Meghan we see on TV is just a character she is playing. People are now rewatching her old interviews to see if they can find any lies. They are looking at her face and the words she says very carefully. Experts are even looking at her body language to see if she is being honest. What makes this even harder is that the internet is not waiting to see if the stories are true. People are already making jokes and memes about it. They are saying the real story is finally coming out. A simple statement from her team cannot change what people already believe. Her life looks like a dream with expensive clothes and private jets, but that dream is starting to break. The version of Meghan that the world used to like is being replaced by a version they do not trust anymore. One of the most hurtful things Bauer said was about Prince Harry. He says Harry was not actually the man Meghan wanted to marry at first. He says she really wanted Prince William because he will be the king one day. If this is true, it means their big love story was actually a backup plan. This is very sad because Harry even wrote a book about feeling like he was second best in his family. He called his book The Spare. He has spent his whole life feeling like he is not as important as his brother. If Bauer is right, then Harry was not even the first choice for his own wife. People on the internet are being very mean to him about this. They are calling him a runner-up. This is a huge blow to their love story. Think about all the times they talked about how they were meant to be together. Now people are watching those videos and asking if any of it was real. Harry thought he finally found someone who loved him for who he was, not just because he was a prince. Now the whole world is questioning that. Do you remember when Meghan told Oprah Winfrey that she did not know anything about the royal family? She said she never even searched for Harry on the internet. She told the world she was just a normal girl who fell in love by accident. Tom Bauer says that story is just a fairy tale. He says Meghan studied the royal family like she was practicing for a big movie role. He says she learned every detail about Harry before they ever met. He claims she looked for his emotional weak spots. She studied how sad he was about losing his mother, Princess Diana. Bauer says she learned what made him feel lonely and what made him feel happy. She knew all of this before they went on their first date. He says she even looked into his work in Africa and what he cared about. She knew he was frustrated about being in his brother's shadow. She knew he wanted someone to love him for himself. Bauer says she mapped out his whole heart before she ever met him. This means she was not going into the relationship blindly. She was fully prepared to win him over. Meghan's old friends even remember her being very excited about what she was finding out. They remember her being in research mode. Also, years before she met Harry, she was writing on her blog about princesses and royal life. She was very interested in that world. Bauer says she even studied Princess Diana's life to learn how to be famous and loved by the public. She wanted to act like Diana so that Harry and the public would love her more. If Bauer is right, Meghan walked into that first date knowing everything about Harry's secrets. She had a goal to become a huge star just like Oprah. For a while it looked like her plan was working. Hollywood was very interested in her, but then the yacht stories started and everything changed. Hollywood is a very big business. People there like drama, but they do not like risk. If important people think you are not being honest, they stop wanting to work with you. The yacht stories made people feel uncomfortable. Meetings were canceled and important people stopped calling her back. The whispers behind closed doors got louder and louder. People started making jokes about her at fancy lunches and parties. In a business that is all about what people think of you, this is a total disaster. She wanted to be seen as a serious person who helps the world, but people started seeing her as a fake. This is a very big problem for her because she cannot control what people say in Hollywood. Meghan is now stuck in a trap. If she talks back to Tom Bauer, she just gives him more things to write about. Every word she says could be used against her in his next book. But if she stays quiet, everyone might believe what he is saying. If she tries to act extra nice, people will just think she is performing again. There is no easy way out of this. Bauer is already working on a new book that might be even worse for her. He is talking to everyone who used to work for her and everyone who used to be her friend. Some of these people are very angry and they have a lot of secrets to tell. Meghan's team does not know what secrets he has found. They are just waiting for the next bad story to come out. She used to be the one who decided what the news said, but she is not in charge anymore. The fairy tale is starting to fall apart. The love story and the image of her being a good person are breaking into pieces. What is left is a couple trying to save an image that the world does not believe in anymore. People are watching it all happen on their phones and computers. They are watching her life come apart in real time. Tom Bauer is not going to stop anytime soon. He is going to keep digging and keep writing. More secrets are definitely coming. People are asking if there is any way for her to fix this or if it is just too late for her to be a hero again. The world is watching to see what happens next in this very long and sad story. It is a story about fame, money, and secrets that were supposed to stay hidden forever. Now that the secrets are out, nothing will ever be the same for the royal family or for Meghan and Harry. Everyone is waiting for the next chapter to see if the truth will finally be known by everyone. It is a very big mess and it does not look like it will be cleaned up soon.